Hi there, today we're gonna make some toilet fizzies. Now these little tablets here, these are not to be put in the toilet tank. They are to be put in the toilet bowl. You just pop those in whenever needed, right? And they fizz and everything. You can let them sit for 20 to 30 minutes and then you can just, brush out the toilet. I sometimes, depending on how long it's been since we've cleaned the toilet, I would use my thieves cleaner as well. But these are great little refreshers, especially if you've got company coming over. And they're very easy to make. So first of all, you want to make sure that you've got some molds. And what this is we have recycled. So if you shop at Costco, these little dumplings here, they come in these little trays, which I don't throw them out. Of course, I use them for crafting and doing things like that. So that's the mold that we're gonna use. And I've already measured it out in my bowl. There's a cup of baking soda, a half a cup of citric acid, and a half a cup of cornstarch. And I've just really mixed that together. So next, we're gonna do 4 teaspoons of water. So we've got the water, and then you're going to do 3 teaspoons of a carrier oil, like V6, or you could use an olive oil, I guess. I always use the V6 because I have it here. And there's 3 teaspoons of that. And then it calls for 2 teaspoons of essential oils. Now you could use a variety of the oils. You can use Thieves is a popular one. I've used that a lot in the past. Citrus Fresh, that's another great blend. Today I'm going to use a combination of tea tree, because I have a lot of that at home right now, lemon, and orange. So I'm going to actually do about a half a teaspoon of the lemon and a half a teaspoon of the orange. Okay, and we've got a teaspoon now full of the tea tree. The tricky part of this is you want to go nice and slow, and I'm going to whisk this in, but not all at once. I don't want to dump it all at once because the citric acid will start to kind of fizz right from the get-go. And I'm just trying to get that mixed in as best as I can without using all the fizziness. Get those essential oils evenly distributed in the dry mixture. So next, you take your mold and I just use a spoon, and I take a spoonful and put a little bit in each one of their six little compartments on these plastic molds, distributing them a little bit in the tray. So you can see here I'm pushing down just with the back of the spoon and getting that mixture into the mold. And sometimes I have to grab a little bit more. And of course, the reason I like to make these DIY recipes is because I know exactly what kind of, all the ingredients that are going into these. And of course, no nasty chemicals, no fragrances. We're using aromas, we're using essential oils, makes your house smell great. But remember, if it says that it's fragrance on a label of a product, they don't have to tell you what is in that because it's a trade secret, and it could be just full of really bad chemicals for you. Something that might, in fact, one of the worst things is air fresheners. Many of those have ingredients in it, chemicals that can be endocrine disruptors. So that's not good. So this is just a super easy way to use natural products and still keep your house nice and clean, and probably cleaner actually, and definitely safer for your kids and your pets and anybody else that comes to your house than using, too many toxic chemicals. We're just surrounded by them in all our products. Now, if you've got a little bit left over like this, what I'll do is I'll just kind of look to see which one of these maybe needs a little extra, and I'll distribute the last little bit. I don't want to throw any out. And again, you just go through and get it with the back of that spoon. Now that I've got all 4 trays pressed in as well as I can at this point, we're just gonna let them sit. I'll do a little cleanup, and then when I come back, I'll show you kind of what they look like when they get a little bit puffy and why I need to press it down a little bit more. We'll just have to do that a few times, and then they can sit the rest of the night and overnight, and then they'll be all dry. Okay, it's a little bit hard to see in a video, but you can see a little bit of kind of this bubbling up, and probably it's been half an hour to 45 minutes maybe. And so all I'm going to do again is just do another press down. And you can see now how this is smoothed down. Get those bubbles down just a bit. Make it nice and smooth on the back. Yeah, once all 4 trays are pressed down again, I'll need to maybe check them 2 more times, press them down maybe 2 more times this evening, and then they'll be able to dry overnight and they'll be ready to go tomorrow. Okay, and these have sat out overnight and they're completely hard. So you just pop them right out of the molds and there you go. Ready to be put into a jar. And then you've got them handy. I actually use a couple different jars at home, one under the sink of each of our bathrooms. So there you go.